Your friend in Central Illinois. WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest in studio today is Bob Kreitler, and he is running for mayor in the special election on April 1st for the unfinished term of mayor on the Clinton City Council. Bob, good to see you, my friend.
Hey, good to see you, Seth. I haven't seen you in a little bit.
Yeah, man, been a minute for sure. It's good to have you in the studio and running for mayor, Bob. So I guess for folks out there, you know, you're a Clinton guy. You've been around. I think most everybody knows you. But for folks that don't, tell us about Bob Kreitler and what you're all about.
Oh, there might be two or three out there that don't know me, I guess. Yeah, you know, like I said, lifelong Clinton resident, well, in the area. Spent the first 24 years out there by the lake, out there living at Mom's property, and came into town, bought a house with the ex-wife there at the time. Well, wife at the time, we just got married. And then stayed there for, I just moved out of that house a couple years ago and got another house. So, but, you know, she divorced, left, and, you know, got a girlfriend, and living with her and her kids now. That's a big culture change.
Yeah, sure,
From
sure.
a single bachelor to a...
Well, I know, Bob, so running for mayor, you know, and you've been coming to council meetings for ages. I mean, I don't think there's a month or two that goes by I don't see you sitting in the seats there. So what's got you running for mayor this time around?
Well, I had some changes in my life the last few months. I've got a lot more time on my hands. I know that's a rarity to find. You talk to other people, they're going, why haven't you got this done yet? Well, you know, we'll get to that.
Sure.
But I had the time and got the dedication to do stuff now, so may as well put it in there and benefit even more people.
Okay. So the time is available for you, and so you know, like I said, you've been coming to council meetings for a long time. What's you know, from your perspective, what's the state of the city of Clinton and the Clinton City Council? How would you assess things, Bob?
Well, I think I was pretty shocked along to everybody else. See Roger just resign like that. That was kind of a shock there. And it didn't seem to be, you know, any blow up or I'm sure that he has reasons why he had to do it, and it is what it is. So, you know, we got to get the council back up to full staff, full strength again there, because right now with Tom being down, if they have one person missing, they can't have a meeting, and the city business just can't get done for 2 or 3 weeks there. That's not a good situation for anybody. And then you look around the community there, and we have, we got fortunate with getting Quickwall coming in there to R.R. Donnelly's old building as quickly as they did. And but we have Miller Container that's still sitting empty. It's been sitting empty for several years. You have Trinity that's been idled for a while. We got fortunate that Trinity came in there not too long after Thrallcar moved out. So, if we don't try to get some jobs in the community, we're in some serious trouble. I was talking to some of the guys, and they were saying, you know, at some of these conventions, a lot of the sentiment is, if you're a small town, don't even try to go after manufacturing. They won't come. Well, when you have one of the biggest expenses sitting out there ready to go, you have an empty building. You have a workforce here that's ready to go to work. That's two of your biggest factors right there.
Sure.
And a lot of them, you know, I commute every day to Decatur, to Caterpillar. You have a lot of other people that commute every day to State Farm, Rivian. You know, you have a glut of jobs over in Springfield at the various factories, the state jobs, Champaign, the colleges and all that. I mean, Clinton can do manufacturing too. We can do it. We can do it right.
Sure.
And then you got easy jumping off points to hit places to go to Chicago, to go down south, to go east-west. It's a nice centrally located place.
It really is. So, Bob, jumping into running for mayor, you know, what are some priorities for you if you were to become mayor? What are things that you want to see, whether changed, whether done? Where's your mind at as it relates to that?
Well, like I was saying earlier, you kind of got to take into effect that this is a 2-year gig. right now. We're looking at 2 years. So the amount of stuff you can accomplish in 2 years is drastically different than what you can accomplish in 4. So the amount of grand things that you can do is limited. It's not saying you can't do anything, because you certainly can. Trying to see if we can get those factories filled up is definitely a priority in my mind.
Okay.
Can we do it in 2 years? I don't know, but we'll sure try. So we don't have a community recycling anymore. You can get it if you, I believe you can still get it if you have the GFL's recycling disposal. But I know J&S, I don't believe they offer it anymore. The girlfriend pays that bill, so I don't. That's not my responsibility. But if you have a lot of boxes, you're stuck with them. You have a lot of plastic, you're stuck with it. A lot of the smaller towns, Mayoral and all that, they've got bins. You just take the stuff up there, put it in there. I'd like to see if we can't figure out a way to get the ball rolling and get something going on that.
Yeah,
because that benefits everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, not just Clinton. Because when you're recycling all that stuff here, that's less. You got waste going into somebody else's landfill,
right,
and our own.
I remember when I was in high school in Lincoln, they had a big, huge receptacle right downtown, and just all the different like plastic, paper, all those things. And one of my chores in high school was, every Thursday I had to take the recycling back down to the downtown. So yeah, something like that would be really nice. I agree.
Yeah, it would be good for us all. And then they're already working on as part of the strategic plan. And that's to keep updating some of our codes.
Okay.
And we have codes on there. I don't know if you I thumbed through some of the codes there. It's what happens when you're up late at night, you can't sleep. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Hey, let's go cruising through the code book.
People are scrolling Instagram or the scores, or Bob's scrolling the city code book.
Yeah. Well, I was researching other stuff too, but hey.
So what's your issue with the codes, Bob?
There is some old codes in there that just are not effective anymore. And I had brought issue to one of them several years ago at a council meeting, and I don't think the reception I got was exactly what they were wanting. Because they have an old law, they have an old code in there that if you're a city police officer, you're supposed to live within, I believe it's like 5 miles of the city
of Clinton.
Of the city of Clinton. And the central bargaining agreements have made that, have extended it out past there. So obviously, I mean, you got one right there that, this is obsolete at this point.
Yeah. So do you want to see officers live in Clinton, or do you want to just see things like that just go away because they're irrelevant?
It need to go away.
Okay.
It needs to go away. It was probably done back in a day when you were very focused on getting local people in, and you wanted to protect your home.
And you had a stack of applications to be a police officer.
Yeah.
Now you've got 3 for a job. So yeah, that makes sense.
And I mean, and that's just one of the glaring ones. There's other ones in there. You look at them, you're like going, okay, this does not pertain anymore. We don't really need this.
Okay.
Clean them up.
Yeah.
And they've already started on that. That was one of their strategic goals in the strategic plan, was to start cleaning them up. And it was just make sure. I'd really like to go a step further and go and get that opened up to the public a little bit.
How so? What do you mean by that?
Had the public come in and comment a little bit on them.
Oh.
Put your box out there, and if the public has some issues with some of those codes, hey, let's get it out there.
Okay.
Because the public they're out there, they see it, they live it every single day. They know those little niche areas out there. That's really a headache for them.
Okay.
They know it, and it's like, if you bring it to attention, hey, we can't guarantee we can take care of it, but we'll listen to you.
Yeah.
We'll listen, and we'll see what we can do about it.
Okay.
And then
any other codes of interest, like from your perspective?
it was so long ago, and I looked at that crazy stuff.
Oh, okay.
I even slept later that night. And the other thing is making sure we keep going on the infrastructure improvements here in town.
Yeah.
The water thing was just, it highlighted how important it is to be able to walk up to the faucet, turn it on, and be able to get a drink. Yeah, I mean, you had so many things that needed water. You didn't even realize it until you couldn't use it. So
That was so frustrating.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not, I'm not here to blame anyone. I'm just saying that was a frustrating 5-6 days.
Yeah.
So,
and that was an eye-opening experience.
Uh-huh.
I equate that back to that ice storm we had in 06 where we didn't realize how much we needed power until we didn't have it. I mean, you're crippled. You don't. Water is one of those things that you have to have it.
Right.
And it'd probably scare people if they knew just how old some of the pipes are in town. I know the water tower itself is from the Depression era.
Right.
Some of the pipes running down Quincy Street between Quincy and the waterworks, Depression era, their works progress projects.
So what and you've been around Clinton a long time, Bob. I'm curious where you stand on this. What has the issue been? Because I feel like, you get to 50 years or so on that, you should start addressing those things. Where has the issue been that these things have not been addressed, if you don't mind me asking?
Part of it is I don't think we really know the life expectancy of some of this stuff.
Okay.
I mean, and we refurbished a water tower back in the 80s, I think it was. And we you just keep working on stuff, and it's always been there. And then when you start, start looking at some of the costs on some of this stuff, and wow, it's sticker shock.
Yeah, it is
sticker shock.
It is.
It's terrifying to see the prices on some of this stuff, and if you don't have it budgeted in to keep doing it, it gets pretty bad.
Well, and now here we are. We have to do it, and the price is the price. I mean, we're gonna have to pay it, right? So
yeah. Luckily, on some of that stuff, it's not so broken down that you can't
use it.
You can't use it still. You can still use it. I mean, our system's obviously still usable. We've still been using it, but the end of life is coming for it, and if we don't start getting plans made now, the days it's going to break. And then,
yeah, right, exactly.
Then you're stuck paying it. You can't budget for it. You can't stay ahead of the ball.
And it's an urgent need at that point. Yeah, right. And that's what I mean. It's just and it's not just Clinton. I mean, this is communities all over the place where it's like, that stuff is aging. Where have we gone wrong that we haven't addressed this? And now here we are with all these issues. But that's probably a conversation for another time there, Bob.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole ball there.
Well, I'll tell you what. Already we've flown through about 13 minutes here, Bob. I got to take a break. So let's do that. How do folks follow along with your candidacy, what you're talking about, what you're thinking of the, as you get into, if you were to get into the mayor's chair, where do folks find all that?
Obviously, the most easy one we have right now is Robert Kreitler for Mayor. It's a Facebook group we have going now. And I've been posting on there. I didn't get a lot of posts done early last week. I was down with this whatever's going around. Oh, it's nasty.
You got it too, huh?
It's bad. Yeah, I'm glad I got rid of it.
Yep. All right, so Robert Kreitler for mayor on Facebook. Bob Kreitler, our guest in studio today. He is running for mayor in the April 1st special election for the 2-year unfilled term of mayor in Clinton. More to come with Robert on The Morning Show.
WHOW.
Now.com.
Let's check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn steady, beans lower, wheat trading higher. May corn down 1/4, 4.69. July corn down 1/4, 4.75.5. New crop December 4.52 3/4, down 1.5. May beans down 8 1/4, 10.16 3/4. July beans down 7 1/4, 10.31.5. November new crop 10.19 1/4. That's down 6 1/4. May Chicago wheat 5.60 1/4, up 9. July wheat up 8 3/4, 5.74 1/4. May bean meal 3.04.20. That's down 20 cents. May bean oil down 91 cents, 42.51. Livestock trade March feeders 276.55. Down 42 cents. April live cattle, $200.92, up 65 cents. April lean hogs, 87.25, down a dime. Energy market April crude oil, 66.72, down 32 cents. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio.
Good morning. I'm Helen McGalassi, and I'm running for mayor of Clinton. Improvement of the city's infrastructure is one of my priorities as mayor. This includes proactive and strategic planning. The design and construction of a new water tower, public safety facility, and city hall will ensure vital services for our community are supported and there when we need them. They're an investment in our future. Clinton is a great city, and when we all work together, we can move Clinton forward together.
Paid for by Michelasi for Mayor.
Serve Pro of Piatt DeWitt counties for fire and water restoration, reconstruction, and now duct cleaning to keep your air healthy. Find out how they can help you by clicking their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Netflix buffering, YouTube spinning, devices not connecting, Zoom calls dropping. Ugh, it's frustrating. Let's end your frustration by signing up for fiber internet in Clinton. Click the Connexus icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Bob Kreitler, our guest in studio today, running for mayor in the April 1st special election for the unfinished term of mayor in Clinton. And Bob, this has come up a couple of times in my conversations, is the strategic plan that the city of Clinton has. I'm curious, if you thumb through the strategic plan as often or maybe as thoroughly as you do the code book, what's in the strategic plan that stands out to you, my friend?
I went through that strategic plan. I didn't go through it as much as I went through the code book. I was obviously researching some other things in the code book when I was doing that. But the strategic plan was done maybe 2 years ago at this point. And it was developed there. They had a group of about a dozen people, from what I could tell, that did it. I was not a part of it.
Okay.
But they had city council members there. They had some other stakeholders in the city that were in on that.
Uh-huh.
And surprisingly, they have been following that quite a bit. I know some of the updating on the ordinances was actually a part of that.
Do you mind if I ask why you say surprisingly?
For the ordinances?
Yeah. No. Just the strategic plan. You said surprisingly they're keeping up with it. I'm curious why you say surprising.
I think a lot of people are probably surprised that they're working through it that quickly.
That quick. That
they're moving on.
Got
because
it. I'm with you now.
I know years ago we did a plan. They worked on a plan to get some bike trails and walking paths and stuff through town, and all that. And that was probably 20 years ago.
And we don't have bike paths or walking paths. Or...
I hear a lot of crickets whenever you get mentioned that.
Sure.
A lot of people give you a blank stare like, we did that? Yeah, I remember doing it. I remember sitting in the libraries doing that, in the schools. But they're chugging right along on that. And they're taking it to heart, and they're really working on it. The city website redesign was part of that.
Yeah, which I think it's sharp. I really do.
Yeah, it looks like user friendliness on that, especially on a mobile app, on mobile is so much better.
Agreed.
Than it was, because before it was you better have little fingers or you better have a stylus to get some of the things taken care of.
Speaking of, I got to jump on there and pay the water bill this week, so thanks for that reminder, Bob.
that was part of me.
Yeah,
that was part of me back in 2013. I really went in there to city council, and I was kind of not nice about why on earth we are still walking up here writing a check and putting it in a box.
Oh, okay. And
I know I can remember going in there and complaining several times, but whenever I go in there, I tried to have there's a possible solution.
Yeah.
And I think that was part of I like to think that was part of what helped get us pushed to being able to pay it online.
Well, and I'll tell you what I appreciate about your candidacy and the many others that I know of is that this is not a hey, this is what's wrong and I'm here to fix it. It's this is what's wrong, and even if I don't get in, here are some solutions we can maybe turn to and make our community better. That's what I appreciate about what you and many of the other candidates are doing, Bob.
Yeah. I tell you, I have seen some candidacies that have just divulged into just a mudslinging match. And if anyone wants to see just how nasty local politics can get, do a search for Tiffany Henyard, city of Dalton and Thornton Township.
Okay.
You will be appalled. You pick your jaw up off the floor, because that's how bad it got up there. Wow. And they're still living that nightmare.
Wow.
It's really bad, but all of our candidates here, I mean, you look at us, we're at the city council meeting. We're usually sitting pretty much together, and we're chatting it up amongst each other. We're always, most of us, talking to each other and having a good time. Like I was telling you earlier, 6 people come out for this for a 2-year term. That's pretty impressive. Whoever the winner is would be wise to find some tasks for the other 5 people, because you had 5 other people that come out and said, you know, I care about the town. I'm willing to do something about the town. I'm willing to put in the time for the town. Yeah.
They want to help.
Find something for them to do. They want to help. They want to make it better.
Yeah. It's hard that help is hard to come by these days.
Yeah.
So
it's difficult. Every organization out there is simply begging for people. And here for one position, you had 6 people pop their hand up and say, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, right. Now, and you know, sometimes a thankless position at that. So
oh yeah, you take the brunt.
Yeah, exactly. Hey Bob, I feel like we jumped off the beaten path a little bit here. What other things are of top of mind for you in this election cycle as you pursue the position of mayor?
One thing, and people look at me whenever I say it, they kind of look at me like I'm a little bit crazy, is I'd like to, and I don't know how far we'll make it, but you know, I'd like to go and get an office of the mayor again going, have some open door time.
Oh,
up there where
like an actual office.
Yeah, like an actual office. Now I work during the daytime, so that means my time up there, I would be up there. The daytime would be limited. If I could work that around with work, that ain't no problem. But I'm talking actually having open door time where, hey, the door's open, I'm here, come on up here and talk. You know, if we can do that, maybe on a Saturday mornings or Saturday afternoons or something, or even one night in the evenings, a few times a month, where people got problems and stuff to come in there. I mean, you may not like the answer you get, but
and you may not like the questions you
get. I may not like it. You know, I probably won't. But that's all right. I mean, had a minister, and I spent a lot of time with him, and he said, you know, we're going to get along. We're not going to get along. Sometimes I might even make you mad, and say things that you don't like, and you're going to say things I don't like. But we're going to do this together, and we're going to get to the other side of this together, and we're going to work together.
Sure, Bob. I hate to cut you off, my good man. I've got to let you go for the day. Again, best way for folks to learn about all things Bob Kreitler and his pursuit of mayor.
Robert Kreitler for mayor on Facebook there, and we'll be out in the community.
Very good. Bob Kreitler, again, he is running for mayor in the April 1st special election for the unfinished term of mayor on the Clinton City Council. Network News comes your way next on The Morning Show.
WHOW.